करने के लिए सभी लोगों को धन्यवाद है। सबसे पहले अपने ध्यान को एकाग्र करेंगे। Let's bring our mind to focus. Sitting down straight with the spine totally vertical, back, neck and head in one vertical line. Body totally relaxed. Feel the relaxed soles, heels, the leg muscles, the knee and the thigh totally relaxed. The hips, the abdomen, the back muscles, and the chest also relax. Relax the shoulder blades up to the fingertips of the hands, the muscles around the neck, facial muscles, and feel the brain in totally relaxed mood. Deep inhale and exhale 2-3 times. And remember the inhale and exhale process. Exhale, pushing down the shoulders, deflating the lungs and pushing the belly button as far as possible towards the spine. Inhale by first inflating the belly, the stomach, then the chest, the lungs, and pull the shoulders slightly up. You'll feel the breath more and more coming into. Pay attention to the breath moving the body around the facial muscles and around the skull, the brain region. Likewise, exhale, pulling the shoulders down, deflating the lungs, pushing the belly button back. Slow inhale, inflating the belly, the lungs, and pushing the shoulders up. And the same, inhale and exhale. Now in one deep breath, we'll be chanting Om. So the cycle of Om Jap is 3 times. Then Gayatri Mantra in the form of bhajan. Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yunah Prachodayat. तूने हमें उत्पन्न किया, पालन कर रहा है तो तुझसे ही पाते प्राण हम, दुखियों के कष्ट हरता है तो तेरा महान तेज है, छाया हुआ सभी स्थान। सृष्टि की वास्तु वास्तु में तू हो रहा है विद्यमान। तेरा ही धरते ध्यान हम, मांगते तेरी दया। ईश्वर हमारी बुद्धि को श्रेष्ठ मार्ग पर चला। दाता हमारी बुद्धि को श्रेष्ठ मार्ग पर चला। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः, तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं, भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि, धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Join the palms together, rub them gently, cover the eyes and open the eyes below the palms, transferring the energy to the facial muscles. Again, welcome to the Satsang of today. Let's start with Ishvara Stuti Pratnopasna. Ishvara, God, Stuti, praising the virtues of God. We praise the virtues so that we'll be able to gradually filter them into our daily lives and become virtuous, thus sprout the divinity within us. Prarthana, prayers, and remember prarthana, purusharth karne ke baad, putting 100% physical and mental efforts, then moving on to prayers. Upasana, communion, meditation upon God, and meditation to realize the self of the soul, the driver seated within this body, to realize the importance of Prakriti, matter in our life, which serves us still the soul is in with this body, and realize the divinity, the supreme being, Ishvara God, residing within us, all around us, and everywhere in this universe. अथेश्वर स्तुति प्रार्थनोपासना मंत्र। ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर दुरितानि परासुव, यद्भद्रं तन्नासुव। ओम हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे, भूतस्य जातः पतिरेकासीत्, सदाधार पृथिवीं द्यामुते मां, कस्मै देवाय विश्राविधेम। ओम य आत्मदा बलदा यस्य विश्व उपासते, प्रशिषं यस्य देवा, Yasya chayam retam yasya mrityo kasmai devaya vishavidema. Om yah pranato nimishato mahitvaika idra jagato babhuva. Ya ishe yasya dvipadashchatushpada kasmai devaya vishavidema. Om yah pranato nimishato mahitvaika idra jagato babhuva. Ya ishe yasya dvipadashchatushpada kasmai devaya vishavidema. Understanding the gist of these mantras. The first one is Duritani Parasuva and Bhadrantannasuva, praying to Ishwar God for the divine guidance so that we'll be able to remove all our ills and evils from our life and fill in all the good things that are benevolent and beneficial to us and to the whole world. The fourth mantra says, Yah pranato nimishato mahitvaika idra jagato babhuva. So pranato, the source of life, and the life is within us and any time can move out. Nimishato, unmesh, nimesh, in the blinking of the eye. So our duty is to understand God as Ya Ishe Asya Dvipadash Chatushpadaha, as the creator and benefactor for all living beings, the bipeds and the quadrupeds in the physical world. And for us humans, being bipeds implies we are only looking at karma and art, earning a living and enjoying life. Whereas as quadrupeds, the human life shows us the path to live dharma, righteous living, then earth, earnings be righteous, earth, enjoyment also be on the path of righteousness, and onwards progress to moksha mukti. Om ye nadyo rugra prithivi chadridha yena swasta bhitam yena naka yo antarikshena jaso vimana kasmai devaya vishavidema. Om prajapate natvadetanyyo vishwajata niparita babhuva yatkamaste juhomastanno astu vayam syama patayorainam. Om sano bandhurjanita savidhata dhamani veda bhuvanani vishwa yatra deva amrita manashana stritiye dhaman adhyairayanta. Om Agnenaya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmajurana Huishtante Namauktim Videma. So the mantra says, Yena Dyor Ugra Prithvi. Ishvara, as the sustainer of the universe, after creating that as Hiranyagarbha, the golden womb, Prithvi or Vishwa ko dharan kar raha hai. And empowering us, giving us the knowledge and the knowledge of the Vedas and the physical sciences, showing us the path of Amrit Tattvama Nashanasti. On the path of Amrit Tattva, the path of moksha, where we'll be Ye Rajaso Vimana, as the birds flying free in the sky, will be enjoying in all freedom the bliss of Ishvara God. The last mantra says, Agninaya Supathara Yasman. Remember Agni as the physical fire, but also as the light of knowledge. Then it says, Vava Yunani Vedwan, we be surrounded by elderly and knowledgeable persons who will share, by sharing their knowledge and the life experiences, giving us the foothold not to start from zero in our life, but with a few steps ahead. Juhura Yuyo Dhyasmat Juhura Nameno, with that sharing of life knowledge and life experiences, we'll be able to remove all the kutilta rupa prup karma, all the sins, the evil doings, and move to the path of divinity. Iti Stuti Prathnopasna Mantra. Now for Ashman, please take water in the right palm. Free mantras. So take sufficient water with the sipping. It goes down the throat. And the next one, again, take water with each and every mantra. Om Amritopastara Namasi Swaha. Second. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. Third. Om Satyam Yashah Shirmai Shri Shayatam Swaha. Wash your hands. Then take water in the left palm, using the middle and ring finger of the right hand. We are going to touch various parts of the body. One, remember praying to God. Amrito Pastaranamasi Swaha. Water itself is considered as Amrit for life, life-giving, because the human life starts 9 months in aquatic medium. And then remember the qualities of water: purity, peaceful, bonding, etc. Try to imbibe all those qualities in life, and our life will become the Amrit within our circles of relatives and friends and in society at large. Praying to Ishvara God that all the organs will be touching, that our soul, under the inspiration of Ishvara God, will drive the man, buddhi, chit, the mind, the intellect, and the emotions to engage all the organs that will be touching into the righteous path. First on your right hand side, then on the left hand side, and always remember at the end of the mantra. Om Vangamasisto, Om Nasorme Pranosto, Om Akshanorme Chakshurasto, Om Karneorme Shrotramasto, Om Bahorme Balamasto, Om Urvorma Ojosto, Om Marishtane Mangani Tanustanvame Sasanto. Agni Adhan के लिए दीपक जलाएंगे, lighting of the lamp at the end of this mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Now introducing the fire into the Havan Kund using the camphor, if you have the Havan Kund in front of you, at the end of this mantra. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha Dyorīva Bhumna Prithivīva Varmna Tasyaste Prithivī Deva Yajani Prishte Agni Mannada Mannadyaya Dade. The next mantra is called Agni Samindhan mantra. Is to get the fire blazing. So we are going to pour 3-4 spoonfuls of ghee onto the samidhas, into the Havan Kund to get the fire blazing. Om Udbudya Svagne Pratijagrihi Tvamishta Purte Sansrije Thamayancha Asmin Sadhaste Adyutar Asmin Vishve Devaya Jamanashrasidata. So these 2 mantras, if translated in our day-to-day life, the worldly meaning related to our life, Bhurvasa, understanding Ishwar God as the giver of life, the liberator from pains and sorrows, and the all blissful giver of bliss. So we'll realize that bliss when in our life, Udbuddhya Swagni will bring the fire of divine qualities within our life, will kindle that, then will give sufficient fuel to that fire of divinity so that the divinity just gets brighter and brighter within us. Samidha Dan, 3 pieces of samidha wood sticks dipped into ghee. Pehli samidha is mantra se, the first samidha with this mantra. Om Ayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachedda Vardhaya Shasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadyena Samedhaya Swa Idam Agnaye Jata Vedaste Idam Namama. For the second Samhita, we have 2 mantras. Please offer on the second Swaha. Om Samidhagnim Duvasyata Griter Bordayata Tithim Asmin Havya Jotana Swaha Idam Agnedan Namama. Om Susamidhaya Shochishe Gritam Tivram Jotana Agnaye Jata Vedase Swaha Idam Agnaye Jata Vedase Idam Namama. Third Samhita with this mantra. Om Tantva Samidbhirangiro Gritena Vardhayamasi Vrihachochaya Vishtya Swaha Idam Agnayangirase Idam Namama. In line with the above mantra, which says Tivram Juhotana, Tivra Agni में हम घी डालेंगे और घी पूरे पिघले हुए. So it's molten ghee which we are offering to the blazing fire. That's why Panchagrita Ahuti, offering of ghee 5 times, so that we'll get the fire blazing, because after that it will be offerings of ghee and samagri, so that we'll have the full benefits when the fire is blazing. Om Ayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachedda Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Namnadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idam Agnaye Jata Vedaste Idam Namama. Om Ayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachedda Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase Nanadyena Samedhaya Swaha Idam Agnaye Jata Vedaste Idam Namama. Om Ayanta Idmatma Jata Vedaste Nedya Svardha Swachedda Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubhir Brahma Varchase नाम्नाद्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदम् अग्नये जातवेदसे इदं मम ॐ अयन्त इदमात्मा जातवेदस्तेनेद्य स्ववर्धस्व चेद्वर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नाम्नाद्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदम् अग्नये जातवेदसे इदं मम ॐ अयन्त इदमात्मा जातवेदस्तेनेद्य स्ववर्धस्व चेद्वर्धय चास्मान् प्रजया पशुभिर्ब्रह्मवर्चसे नाम्नाद्येन समेधय स्वाहा इदम् अग्नये जातवेदसे इदं मम Jal Sechanam, sprinkling of water around the Havan Kund. The first is on the Purva Disha, the east side. So even if you're using the Diya, you can do the Jal Sinchan. It will be on the east side with this mantra. Om Aditenu Manyaswa. Second, on the west side, Paschim Disha. Om Anumate Numanyaswa. Third, on the north side, Om Saraswati Numanyaswa. Now, all around the Havan Kund, starting from northeast, going clockwise and ending on northeast. Om Deva Savita Prasuvayadyam Prasuvayadyapatim Bhagaya Divyo Gandharva Keta Bhuke Tanna Punatu Vachaspatir Vachanna Swadatu. Agharavadyahuti, the first on the north, then south, pouring the ghee in streamline form. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idam Namama. South. Om Somaya Swaha Idam Somaya Idam Namama. Center. Om Prajapataye Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idam Namama. So the first one is Agnaye Swaha, Agni, again physical fire, and the Agni, the light of knowledge. And we do the north because moving from northwest to northeast is going to Ishan Disha. The northeast, the direction of sunlight in the northeast in summer. And that is an inspiring direction. Then second, from the southwest to the southeast, again moving towards the east, towards the direction of light. Then in the center, and taking that in our daily life, Agnihotra, when done by both spouse, husband and wife, the wife is seated on the right-hand side of the husband. Right-hand side always means respect and acknowledgement of that person. Then second, Agni, so the husband signifies the energy, running the errands, controlling whatever needs to be done at home and getting those things done. The wife, Somaya, representing serenity, tranquility, the balanced mind. And then Prajapate Swaha, Praja, the kith and kin, children, be respectful, be dutiful, and follow the instructions, the guidance of parents. Then will be Indraya Swaha, will be masters of treasures, both material and spiritual treasures. It's been just a brief trying to bring the four mantras into the practical understanding of where that leads us to in terms both of our daily life, which is which constitute of both the material and the spiritual aspects at one and the same time. Now, the ahutis for Dainik Yatsya, the morning ahutis, ghee and samagri. Om Suryo Jyotir Jyoti Surya Swaha. Om Suryo Varcho Jyotir Varcha Swaha. Om Jyoti Surya Suryo Jyoti Swaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajurusha Sendravatya Jushana Suryavetu Swaha. The ahutis for the afternoon, evening. Agni. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotir Agni Swaha. Om Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varcha Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajuratrendra Jushano Agnirvetu Swaha. The ahutis for both morning and evening. So remember, the next mantras guide us with pran, apan, and dhyan. Let's do our breathing, inhale and exhale at the same time. Long deep breathe in and breathe out while chanting the mantra. Doing the pranayam, because the Agni, the Havan Kund, the fire in the Havan Kund has already started the process of breaking the ghee and samagri as microparticles, sending them as vapors into the atmosphere. And from there, when we take the deep inhale and exhale, we get that into our lungs, go to in the bloodstream, boosting our immunity under what we know now as aromatherapy. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idam Agnaye Pranaya Idam Namama. Om Bhuarvaive Panaya Swaha. Idam Vaive Panaya Idam Namama. Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idam Namama. Om Bhurvaswaragnivaivaditebhya Pranapan Vyanabhya Swaha. Idam Agnivaivaditebhya Pranapan Vyanabhya Idam Namama. Om Apo Jyotirasomritam Brahma Bhurvaswarom Swaha. Om Yam Vedham Devagana Pitarashopasate Tayama Madhyamedhi Agni Medhavinam Kuru Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Durtani Parasva Yad Bhadram Tannasva Swaha. Om Agnenaya Supatharaya Sman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmajjora nameno bhuishante namaukyam videma swaha. These four mantras are also known as Atmannati mantra. Apo Jyoti Rasomritam Brahma Bhurva Sarom. Apa, Ishwar God, as the omnipresent, like water vapor which we can't see but present in the air all around us. Jyoti, the light, and upon attaining self-realization and God realization, will also be shining with the luster of that spiritual light. Then Rasomritam is Guru Vidya, the nectar of that spiritual sciences. But then Amrit also here means will be led to the eternal bliss of Ishwar God. And how? By developing Yam Medham Devagana. Medha Buddhi, the discriminating faculty of the mind. By this self-awakening and walking on the Deva path, the path shown to us by elderly, knowledgeable persons, by the rishis, by our gurus, by our father, mother, and all the elderly and knowledgeable around us. Then empowered with that discriminating faculty, with that knowledge, we'll be able, Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasava Yad Bhadrantana, remove all the ills and evils of our life, and in that space feel all that is good and beneficial. Then go on the path of the same path, the same prayers repeated in Agnenaya Supatharaya Sman, कुटिलता युक्त पाप रूप कर्मों से हम दूर करके फिर कस्मई नहीं भूयिष्ठान्ते नमोक्तिम विधेम. So we'll be growing on the spiritual path. And remember, the spiritual path is parallel to the material path in our daily life. It's no second path or secondary path. It is as equal, as important in our life. That's why the combination of the four mantras is known as Atmunnati, that is for the progress of the soul. Now we'll move to some special mantras from Yajurveda 34th chapter, 32nd chapter, again going in the same lines of Medha Buddhi. So with ahutis of both ghee and samagri, one time Gayatri mantra, Vishwani Deva, and then we'll go with the 4-5 mantras with special ahutis. Om, both ghee and samagri. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tanna Suvasva. Om Paritya Bhutani Paritya Lokan Paritya Sarva Pradisho Dishascha Upasthaya Prathamajamrita Syatmana Mabhi Sanviveshasva. Om Paridyava Prithvi Sadya Itva Parilokan Paridisha Pariswa Ritasya Tantum Vitatam Vichitrya Tadapashyat Tadabhavat Tadasit Swa. Om Sadasaspati Madbhutam Priyamindrasya Kamyam Sanim Medhamaya Sisham Swa. Om Yam Medham Devagana Pitarashopasate Tayama Madhyamedhi Agni Medhavinam Kurusva. Om Yam Om Medham Me Varuno Dadatu Medham Agni Prajapati Medham Indrashtrava Yushtra Medham Dhata Dadatu Me Swa. Om Idam Me Brahma Cha Chatram Chobhe Shriyamashnutam Mai Deva Dadatu Vishriyamattamam Tasyaite Swa. We'll take 2 mantras from Swastivachan and 2 from Shantikaran going in the same line. Om Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yanto Vishwato Dabdhaso Paritaso Dvida Devano Yatha Sadamid Vrideya Sanna Prayuvo Rakshitaro Dive Dive Swa. Om Devanam Bhadra Sumatir Rijo Yatam Devanang Ratirabhino Nivaratatam Devanang Sakyamupasedima Vayam Devana Ayu Pratirantu Jivase Sa. Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yanto. Praying to Ishwar God that whatever thoughts come to us be all noble thoughts. And this is by using the Medha Buddhi, spreading good thoughts around, and the good thoughts will come back to us. Remember the law of karma, we'll reap as we sow. So if we sow good thoughts, We'll get the good thoughts coming to us from all sides. And Devanam Bhadra Sumati Rijuyatam. Devanam, the givers, the benefactors, the rishis, the gurus, the mentors, the teachers we've had, all the elderly around us, grandparents, parents, etc. If we still recall one few words of them, be inspired of what they taught us, that starts kicking our life on the righteous path, on the Deva Marg, on the Shrey Marg. The next mantras are from Shiva Sankalpa Sukta. Om Yajjagrato Duramudayati Daivam Tadu Suptasya Tathaivaiti Durangamam Jyotisham Jyotirekantan Me Mana Shiva Sankalpamastu Swa. Om Susharathi Rashvani Vayan Manusyane Niyate Phishubhirvajinnaiva Rit Pratishtham yadajiram javishtham tanme mana Shiva Sankalpamastu Swa. शिव संकल्पमस्तु, हमारे संकल्प जो है शिव है, यानी हमारे संकल्प, whatever be the pledge, whatever be the vows we take to embark on any thoughts, any words or any actions, let that be Shiv, beneficial to us and beneficial to all those around us. This is the meaning of Shiva Kalyan, beneficial benevolence. Now we'll proceed towards closing this yaj. Aryan is with us. Aryan, please, Gayatri Mantra and Trayambakam Yajamahe 3 times, ending them with Swaha. That's one way of getting the kids involved, by letting them participate actively. So Aryan, please go ahead. 3 times Gayatri Mantra, 3 times Trayambakam. Louder, please.
Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturnvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturnvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturnvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmid Bandhanam Nityormukshyam Namita Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmid Bandhanam Nityormukshyam Namita Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandham Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmid Bandhanam
Now, Srishtakrita Ahuti, if you have prasad, that would be on one offering of ghee and prasad, otherwise only ghee. Om Yadasya Karmanotyaririsham Yadhyanyunmihakaram Agnishta Shrishta Kridvidyat Sarvam Srishtam Suhutam Karotu Me Agnaye Shrishta Krite Suhutahute Sarvaprayashtita Hutinam Kamanam Samardetre Sarvanah Kaman Samardhya Swa Idam Agnaye Shrishta Krite Idam Namama Om Swaha Idam Prajapataye Idam Namama. Now we'll be moving for Purnahuti, ahutis of both ghee and samagri. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Put all the patras down, the sruva, the ghee, the samagri. Join the palms together for the Mahavamdevyagan, 3 mantras from the Samveda, praying to Ishwar God for sukha, happiness, shanti, peace, and samriddhi, prosperity. Sit down straight with the eyes gently closed. And if you know the mantra, chant along with me. Otherwise, just listen to the chanting, the sound waves and the vibrations and connect to that. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Kayanashchitra Bhuvaduti Sada Vridha Sakha. Kaya Shachishtaya Vrita. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Kastva Satyo Madanam Manghishto Matsadandasa Dridati Daruje Vasu. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Abhishona Sakhina Mavita Charitranam Shatam Bhavasyutaye. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha. Dhananjay ji, for Yajya Prarthana, please.
पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए, छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए। वेद की बोले ऋचाए सत्य को धारण करें, हर्ष में हो मग्न सारे शोक सागर से तरें। अश्वमेधाधिक रचाए यज्ञ पर उपकार को, धर्म मर्यादा चलाकर लाभ दे संसार को। नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज्ञादि हम करते रहें, रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहें। भावना मिट जाए मन से पाप अत्याचार की, कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज्ञ से नर नार की। लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी के लिए, वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण किए। स्वार्थ भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो, इदम नमः का सार्थक प्रत्येक में व्यवहार हो। प्रेम रस में मग्न होकर वंदना हम कर रहे, नाथ करुणा रूप करुणा आपकी सब पर रहे। पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए, छोड़ देवे छल कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए प्रभु आत्मिक बल दीजिए।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सबका भला करो भगवान सब पर दया करो दयावान सब पर कृपा करो हे महान सबका सब विधि हो कल्याण हे ईश सब सुखी हो कोई न हो दुखारी सब हो निरोग भगवन धन धान्य के भंडारी सब भद्र भाव देखें सन्मार्ग के पथिक हों दुखिया न कोई होवे सृष्टि में प्राण धारे हे नाथ सब सुखी हों कोई न हो दुखारे सब हो निरोग भगवन धन धान्य के भंडारे त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। आचार्य जी अनम्यूट करिए।
Sorry. Let's move to blessings. Ashirvad. Join the palms together, close the eyes gently, and feel the grace of Ishwar flowing all around us. It's only we have to make ourselves the appropriate recipient to receive that grace. And for that, the first mantra of the Havan, Vishwani Deva Savitara Duratani Parasiva, by removing all the ills and evils of our life, will become the recipient of the grace of Ishwar. Om Satya Santo Yajamanasya Kama Om Purna Santo Yajamanasya Kama Om Safala Santo Yajamanasya Kama Satya Santo Yajamanasya Kama. The desires, the wishes of the Yajaman be truthful. Then Purna Santo, the wishes, the truthful wishes, desires of the Yajman be accomplished. And Safala Santo, truthful desires, wishes of the Yajman be accomplished with 100% success. Swasti Mantra. Om Swasti na Indro Vridhashava Swasti na Pusha Vishveda Swasti na Staksharyo Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shnuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyema Kshabhiriyajatra Sthirairangaishtushtamang Sastanur Virvyashemahi Devahitam Yadayu Om Swasti, Swasti, Swasti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So the part of Havan, offering of oblations to the Havan Kun is over. Now we move for the Satsang part of it, for the Bhajan and lecture. So volunteers for the Bhajan, please. You can unmute yourself and then start. So who is starting? Usha? Okay, Jatan.
Me? अच्छा, सभी जी को नमस्ते हमारी तरफ से. I'm sorry, today we are in Toronto and I won't be able to come on camera because I'm just managing of what I have. But bhajan bhi मैं पूरे भजन नहीं कर पाऊंगी. I'm going to just chant a mantra. For any correction, Acharya ji can correct my mantras. Om Stutamaya. Om Stutamaya Varada Vedamata Prachodayantam Pavamani Dvijanam Ayu Pranam Prajam Pashum Kirtim Ravinam Brahmavarchasam Mahiyam Dattva Rajata Brahmalokam. स्तुति करते हम वेद ज्ञान की, जो माता है प्रेरक पालक, पावन करती मनुज मात्र को, आयु बल संतति पशु कीर्ति, धन मेधा विद्या का दान, सब कुछ देकर हमें दिया है, मोक्ष मार्ग का पावन ज्ञान, मोक्ष मार्ग का पावन ज्ञान.
That's
ओ
good.
हे ईश्वर दयानिधे भवत् कृपयानेन जपोपासनादि कर्मणा धर्मार्थ काम मोक्षाणां सद्य सिद्धिर्भवे नः. ओम नमः शंभवाय च वयो भवाय च नमः शंकराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवत्तराय च. ओम शांति 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 ओम. Lead to you now, Acharya ji.
That's good. That was good.
Thank
The
you.
first mantra was from Atharva Ved, Stutamaya Varda Ved Mata, which we usually chant when starting Yaja, where we are reading the mantras of the Vedas, the Parayan Yajya. And here again, it leads us to Ishwari's Godas Stuta Maya. Stuta because Stuti karte hai, we praise. Mata, as the giver of knowledge, the one who nurtures us on the path to reach Brahma Varchasam Mahya Dattva Lokam, the end step, Moksha Mukti. And this is found, this mantra, along with the Shodh Bhajan, is found in the Hindi translation of the Vedas, which comes in 10 volumes. I think it's from Sarvadeshi Karyapatindi Sabha. So it's found on each and every volume. The first page is this mantra with this poem. And then this second mantra was Ishwar, He Ishwar Daya Nidhe, that is the Samarpan mantra in Sandhya. It goes in the concept of Ishwar Pranidhan in Yoga philosophy, Yoga Darshan. If we surrender everything to God, remember for those who bring physical offerings, flowers, leaves, and fruits, we always choose the best of them. And here we are surrendering our karma, our thoughts, our words, and our deeds to Ishwar. So when we surrender that, it will be always the best of thoughts, the best of words, and the best of actions. So moving on the highest level of good actions, good words, good speech, that will bring us to be dharmartha kama mokshanam. That will bring our life on the path of dharma. On the path of dharma, our earnings also will be righteous. Then calm enjoyment of those earnings also will be righteous, ultimately moksha. Then the last one is Namaskar mantra, recognizing God as Shiva, Shivatrayecha, Shambhavayecha. All these refer to the characteristics of God as our benefactor. Always wishing well for us, and how God wishes well for us. Let's understand that it's by virtue of listening to the divine guidance and accordingly do our job. The inner voice, which always pushes us on motivation, on higher energy levels, on happiness when we contemplate about doing good. And that inner voice also triggers shame, fear, doubt when things are on the wrong track. When our thoughts, our words, and our deeds are on the wrong track. So if we listen to that divine guidance, we'll remember God as the benefactor, not giving us something physical in our hands, but giving that intrinsic motivation to be good for ourselves, for our friends and relatives, and for society at large. Thank you, Priyamji. Second, anybody else? Yes, Ushadi, unmute yourself.
Hey Ish.
Ushadi, unmute yourself. You're on mute.
हे ईश मेरे मन मेरा सुमन कर दो, इस तम को अमावस के पूनम की किरण कर दो। जन जन के नैनों में देखूं मैं झलक तेरी, जन जन के नैनों में देखूं मैं झलक तेरी, सांसों के सरगम में सुन पाऊं ललक तेरी। मंदिर में मेरे आकर मेरे भाव सजल कर दो, है ईश मेरे मन मेरा सुमन कर दो। क्या जग ने दिया मुझको सपने ही दिखाए हैं, क्या जग ने दिया मुझको सपने ही दिखाए हैं, कितनों ने मेरे मन के कांटे ही बिछाए हैं, बस तुम मुझे अपना कर मेरा जीना सफल कर दो, बस तुम मुझे अपना कर मेरा जीना सफल कर दो, है ईश मेरे मन मेरा सुमन कर दो। जिसे पाके अमरता ये दुख में भी नहीं मरती, जिसे पाके अमरता ये दुख में भी नहीं मरती, उन प्यार के बूंदों की प्यासी है मेरी धरती। परसों मेरे आंगन में मुझे आज सरस कर दो, बरसों मेरे आंगन में मुझे आज सरस कर दो, है ईश मेरे मन मेरा सुमन कर दो। हूँ सत्य सखा तेरा ही रहूंगा मैं, हूँ सत्य सखा तेरा ही रहूंगा मैं, कोई सुख ना मिले मुझको, कुछ भी न कहूँगा मैं। तुम साथ मेरा देकर विश्वास अमर कर दो, तुम साथ मेरा देकर विश्वास अमर कर दो। है ईश मेरे मन के, मन मेरा सुमन कर दो, मन मेरा सुमन कर दो। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Shadi. Man mera suman kar do. So by adding su, that is the correct path. And remember, when we are praying like that to God, the work is ours. As I said, God as the benefactor, always inspiring us to be good. So if we walk according to that guidance, we'll always make our man suman. Thank you, Shadi. We have Vishuddhi, Secretary of Art in America, with us. I'll humbly request him for one bhajan, please.
सभी को नमस्ते जी. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, good.
Okay, very nice. Okay, I will not be able to present, but yeah, I can sing. हे प्रभो वर दीजिए, धारण करें संतोष हम, दूसरों के गुण निहारें और अपने दोष हम। हे प्रभो वर दीजिए, धारण करें संतोष हम, दूसरों के गुण निहारें और अपने दोष हम। हे प्रभो वर दीजिए। सत्य शुद्धाचार सद्व्यवहार के हों में धनी, सत्य शुद्धाचार सद्व्यवहार के हों में धनी, शुभ गुणों से कर सकें भरपूर अपना कोश हम, शुभ गुणों से कर सकें भरपूर अपना कोश हम। हे प्रभो वर दीजिए, धारण करें संतोष हम, दूसरों के गुण निहारें और अपने दोष हम। हो सदा निस्वार्थ मन अभिमान को सो दूर हो सदा निस्वार्थ मन अभिमान को सो दूर हो, मन वचन और कर्म से होवें सभी निर्दोष हम, मन वचन और कर्म से होवें सभी निर्दोष हम। हे प्रभो वर दीजिए, धारण करें संतोष हम, दूसरों के गुण निहारें और अपने दोष हम। कांप जाए वेद निंदक नास्तिकों की टोलियां, कांप जाए वेद निंदक नास्तिकों की टोलियां, ऊंचे स्वर से बोले वैदिक धर्म का जय घोष हम। ऊंचे स्वर से बोले वैदिक धर्म का जय घोष हम। हे प्रभो वर दीजिए, धारण करें संतोष हम। दूसरों के गुण निहारे और अपने दोष हम। दुर्गुणों को छोड़ दे में अपना मन हम जीत लें। दुर्गुणों को छोड़ दे में अपना मन हम जीत लें। इंद्रियों के दमन में पूरा दिखाएं जोश हम। इंद्रियों के दमन में पूरा दिखाएं जोश हम। हे प्रभो वर दीजिए, धारण करें संतोष हम। दूसरों के गुण निहारे और अपने दोष हम। हे प्रभो वर दीजिए, हे प्रभो वर दीजिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Vishwadji. Dhananjay ji, please for the welcome.
Namaste everyone. I welcome you all on behalf of Hindu Center of Atlanta's weekly Satsang, which happens every Saturday morning at 10:30. We have usually some other programs also over the weekend. On the Fridays, we have Sanatan Dharma Simplified at 9 p.m. for the kids and young youth. If you know some small kids or young youth, they can join every Friday 9 p.m. 9 to 9:30, and Saturday weekly satsang 10:30 to 12 noon, and on Sunday Acharya join us for our weekly program for the adults, where we learn about our dharma, different aspects of dharma. I welcome you all. Usha ji, Amil Murgam ji, Anand Sriram ji, our founder and inspiration, Dr. Deembandhu Chandora ji, Pandita ji, Shruti ji, and Yanish ji. There is another person, Vimal ji. If Vimal ji can introduce, unmute and tell us about himself, if you can, Vimal ji. Okay, so probably he cannot listen us. So in this week, we remembered two great personalities of our culture, our history. One was Ravidas ji, and another one Veer Savarkar. Just a brief introduction about these two personalities, which we remember last week. On 26th of February, Sant Ravidas ji was born, and we remember him on his birthday. Ravidas ji was born on 26th of February. He was an Indian mystic, poet, son of the Bhakti movement, and founder of Ravidasian religion during the 15th to 16th century. Venerated as Guru or teacher in the region of Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Punjab and Haryana. He was a poet, son, social reformer, and spiritual figure. Ravidas ji's devotional verses were included in the Sikh scriptures known as Guru Granth Sahib also. The Panchvani text of the Drupadi tradition within Hinduism also includes numerous poems of Ravidas ji. He taught removal of social divisions of caste and gender and promoted unity in the pursuit of personal spiritual freedom. We also remember Veer Savarkar. His Punya Tithi was on 26th of February. His full name was Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, and simply in short form we say Veer Savarkar. Was a freedom fighter and an Indian independence activist and politician who formulated Hindu nationalist philosophy of Hindutva. He was a leading personality in Hindu Mahasabha. Savarkar joined the Hindu Mahasabha and popularized the term Hindutva, previously coined by Chandranath Basu, to create a collective Hindu identity as an essence of Bharat, India. Savarkar was an atheist and also a pragmatic practitioner of Hindu philosophy. So this past week we remember these two great personalities of our culture and our history. For further enlightenment about these personalities and our weekly sermon, Acharya ji will lead us.
Om. Namaste, everybody. Let's sit down straight, close the eyes gently, bring the mind to focus. With the back, the neck, and the head in vertical line, body totally relaxed, eyes gently closed. And while closing the eyes, close the mind to external thoughts and the heart to external emotions. Be present with yourself. Deep inhale and exhale, and one Om Jap. Gently, slowly open the eyes, welcoming everybody into woods. Atmiya Bandhu, friends in soul. The topic we chose for today is Shraddha as per the Bhagavad Gita. So if we want to understand Shraddha in the concept of being ethical in life, and if I try to connect that to some of the Indian leaders among whom Veer Savarkar was one, I try to do the screen share, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, you've got it. Compare the three figures. The first one on the left is Ambedkar ji, the second one is Jawaharlal Nehru, and the third one is Veer Savarkar. No, it's giving one, yeah, Veer Savarkar. So just look at the pictures, and these pictures are highly popularized. And in most of the pictures, when we see Ambedkar, he's with a book, always on the path of learning. But when we see Jawaharlal Nehru, see his mouth, and this is either in his mouth or in his hand in most of the pictures, even in the official pictures. And Veer Savarkar, look at his face, the brilliance of spirituality in action. Shraddha. And these were the people who also brought ethics into politics. That's why they are less known, because they tried to do politics on the line of ethics, on certain principles for which they were never prepared to concede. And that goes within the topic which I chose for today, Shraddha in the Bhagavad Gita. It's in chapter 17, and Shri Krishna says, Trividha bhavati shraddha dehinam sa swabhavaja satviki rajasi chaiva tamasi cheti tan shrinu. No shraddha, what we generally know as faith, devotion, dedication. With faith, we can either do right or wrong. We can choose to live life as per the principles, the universal principles of human life given to us in the Vedas, codified by Manu, and as the 10 tenets of Dharma codified by Patanjali ji in the Yoga Darshan, in the Yoga philosophy, and that is Yama Niyama. Or we can choose just to ignore that and listen to the divine guidance. If we don't know how to refer to the scriptures, we choose to hear the divine guidance. Otherwise, we can choose also to be indifferent to both of these and just live life as it is, or live exactly the opposite. But then in Shraddha, which is faith, and Shraddha, according to Sri Krishna, is faith in action. And there are 3 levels of Shraddha. He says Satviki, Rajasi, and Tamasi. Let's understand the various levels of Shraddha. So, for the soul who's been doing good karmas, who's been ethical throughout previous life and this life, at the time of departure, Krato smara, klibe smara, kritam smara. So kritam smara, all these deeds are as if come to the mind as fast food. And if we've been sattvic, that is at the purest form of karma throughout our life, that will be our status. So it goes on the other Patanjali Sutra, which says Sato Derkale Nairantara Satkara Savito. So if we want to be sattvic, it's not at the end moment of our life. We need to be regular, constant in our practice with lots of love, passion, dedication. And that's the earlier we start, the better it would be. Because otherwise, the rajasic restlessness or the tamasic sluggishness way of life will dominate the major chunk of our life, and it becomes hard to overcome that. It's not impossible, but it becomes hard. So that's the Sattvic Shraddha, that is living the purest luster, brilliance of be brilliant in action. And the actions are manasa vacha karmana, from thoughts to words and to physical actions. It's also from krit, karit, anumodit. Krit, that is what we do our own. Karit, what we cause others to do. And anumodit, how we give our consent. Then describing what is tamas shraddha. Tamas shraddha is going according to the ethics, but then we don't know where we stand for. We want to be both on both sides. As we say, we want to be in the good books of both the right and the wrong parties. This is the Rajasic Shraddha. And then the Tamasic Shraddha is the one who doesn't even care about where I stand. He's just lazy, idle in his faith, especially when he's in action. He doesn't care whether he's ethical or unethical. So these are the 3 levels of Shraddha. Now let's take it when we say Shraddha और भक्ति से हम पूजा पाठ कर रहे हैं. Going to the practicals again, which is my usual trend. Bhakti we understand as Pitri Bhakt, Matri Bhakt, following the guidance of the parents, and Guru Bhakt, following the guidance of the teachers and mentors. And Ishwar Bhakta is following the guidance, the instructions of God. Now let's see how we relate to that in Sattvic, Tamas, and Rajas Shraddha. Sattvic Shraddha, when we sit down in prayer, we know the purpose of the prayer, we are focusing on the processes of the prayer, we are focusing on the mantras of the prayer. Our full attention is on that. 100% mindful of what we are doing. Besides the processes, mindful of the mantra chanting, listening to the mantra chanting, listening to the sound waves, listening to the vibrations coming back to us. Now, what is Tamas Shraddha? Tamas Shraddha is when the yajna is going. My mind is on the attention of various other things. Whom I've invited in this yajna, who's come, what dress he or she has worn, and how the invitees are being received. I am paying attention to the foods and drinks that would be served while sitting down in prayer. यानी मन बिल्कुल वहां पे नहीं है जहां पे होना चाहिए. You remember Usha ji was singing the song, Man ko suman kar de. So if we have that Rajasic Shraddha, then we'll be doing all the other things, looking at who is coming, who is going. And for us, doing the Havan is only a formality. And we see that currently, especially during the times of festivals. The spirituality or spiritual level is low, and the ritual takes predominance. Probably 99% and 1% of the spirituality is there. We are running into the Falgun Mass. The next event would be Sita Ashtami on the 5th. Then we'll have Rishi Bodh and Shivratri on the 11th, 12th of March, depending on the time zones. We have Dayananda Shami 3 days before that. And if we take the other faith, the Christians are actually in the fasting for Easter. The Muslims will be soon starting the fasting for Eid. So let's see across all the faith, all the cultures, how much spirituality is there and how much we are sticking only to traditions and rituals. We'll know whether we are Sattvic or we are on the Rajasic level of faith. Then understanding Tamas Shraddha. Tamas Shraddha is be ignorant of, totally ignorant of what has to be done, and probably do the reverse. And you find people like this, instead of engaging in prayers, they go to black magic. भूत प्रेत में चले जाते, those who practice those things. These are the tamas level of people. And if we take it in practical life, Sri Krishna says in the same chapter, if we are using a ladder to reach the spiritual levels, as and when we grow on the level of spirituality, we reach a certain level. It's like taking the stairs to reach the first floor. When I reach the first floor, I still have to leave the stairs to access the first floor and do what I have to do. So in praise and in the yogic path, if we're using external objects to get our focus, once we are used to bringing our focus, let's leave those external objects and internalize within ourselves. This is where we start connecting to the self. And this is where our Shraddha starts moving from the Tamasic, the Rajasic level to the Sattvic. And Sattvic Shraddha is going to lead our Buddhi, our mind, our intellect to be Sattvic. And Sattvic Shraddha and Sattvic Buddhi will lead our karma to be Sattvic. And Sattvic Buddhi, Sattvic Shraddha, Sattvic Karma will lead us eventually to Sattvic Karma Phal. And the Karma Phal, especially at the lowest moments of life, is the next birth. Remember, death is rebirth, unless we are going to Moksha Mukti. So the higher the level of Sattvic purity in action, the highest been the level of Sattvic in our life, not only at the end of our life, at the last minute, as we see people putting leaves of Tulsi or giving Ganga Jal to the dying. This is not Sattvic. This is only a ritual. But within ourselves, we know that these serve no purpose. It's only for self-satisfaction and satisfaction of the departure. But Sattvic karma will lead us at the end moment when that replays to us. We'll see only the Sattvic karma playing to us, and that will lead us to be born in a family where the level of Sattvic spirituality is higher and higher and will enable us to unfold those sanskar which we are carrying. That is about Shraddha. And remember, total lack of faith or doing the opposite is Ashraddha. So Shraddha itself has 3 levels, and doing totally the opposite of the total lack of faith is Ashraddha. So जो भी हम काम करें, जो भी हम विचारें, बोलें, लिखें और करें, whatever we think about, whatever we speak or write, and whatever we go into action, we gear into physical actions. Let's that be more and more Sattvic Shraddha. And with that, we'll create a better self, a better family environment, a better circle of friends, and a better community, society around us. And if that grows more and more further, we'll get a better country and a better world where spirituality will go hand in hand with material prosperity. So I wish you all the best and have a nice week ahead. I just hope I've been able to give you some inspiration, especially when we'll be moving into the period of Sita Ashtami, Dayanandashami, Rishibodh Mahashivratri. So let's exercise the true concept of Shraddha during those moments and recharge ourselves with a spiritual connection. ध्यान के लिए धन्यवाद, सभी को सादर नमस्ते.
Now we'll proceed with the Aarti. Vandana ji will start the Aarti.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे, भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का, प्रभु दुख बिन से मन का, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी, प्रभु शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी, तुम बिन और न दूजा, प्रभु बिन और न दूजा, आस करूं मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी, प्रभु तुम अंतर्यामी, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता, प्रभु तुम पालन करता, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति, किस विधि मिलूं दया में, किस विधि मिलूं दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे, स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे, अपने हाथ उठाओ, अपने हाथ उठाओ, द्वार पड़ा मैं तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे, भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
Closing prayers, Shanti Path. With 4 lines, blessings to all and prayer for universal welfare. भगवान इस परिवार को सुख का सदा वरदान दो, ज्ञान की गंगा बहाकर शुद्ध वैदिक ज्ञान दो, निरोग होकर सब जिए शतवर्ष आयुष्मान हो, धन धान्य से पूरित सदा यश युक्त कीर्तिमान हो, पुत्र पौत्रादिक सभी बलवान हो, विद्वान श्रीमान हो, विद्वानुहो मतिमानुहो धर्मात्मधीमानुहो. Shanti Patha prayers for universal peace in the yogic meditative mood, connecting each and every word with the respective Shanti. Just be aware, we are praying for Shanti from several elements of this universe. And to be able to receive Shanti, we have to be peaceful towards all these elements of the universe. Om Dyo Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apah Shanti Oshadhaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishvedeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The meaning: O God, by your grace, may the celestial regions be peaceful, Antariksh, the space, be peaceful, Prithvi, the earth, be peaceful, Apa, the waters, be peaceful, Oshadhaya, the seasonal crops and medicinal plants, be peaceful, Vanaspataya, the perennial plants and vegetation, be peaceful, Vishvedeva, the learned and elderly, be conducive to peace and prosperity. Brahma, may the Supreme Creator, reliever from pains and sorrows, bring us peace. Sarvam, the universe, be peaceful. Shanti Reva, peace be peaceful. Sama, Shanti, that peace be with us. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May there be cosmic, physical, and spiritual peace. May we be free from Adhyatmic, Adibautic, and Adidevic peace. Bhojan Mantra. Mealtime prayer. Om Annapate Annasyano Deyanamivasya Sushmina Prapradatam Tarisha Urjanno Dehi Dvipade Chatushpade. हे अन्न के स्वामिन प्रभु, आप हमें अन्न दो जो रोग रहित और पुष्टि कारक हो। आप अन्नदाता का कल्याण करो, दो पाए मनुष्यों और चौपाए पशुओं आदि में तेज धारण करो। O Annadata, Ishwar, giver of food, kindly provide us with healthy and energy-producing food. Grant serenity to all those who give food in charity. May all living beings be blessed with energy-giving food. So thank you, Dhanyavad ji. Have a nice week ahead and wish you all the best. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you, Acharya ji.
Thank
Stay
you
safe.
everyone for time. See you next week.